Golden Keys Community Partner of the Year.
We are mainly focused in bringing integration for people with disabilities into the communities and workforce. The ways that we do that is basically by working closely with Voc Rehab and the SPD services.
So we got started as a contractor with a nonprofit, just doing job placements and job coaching for people with disabilities. Then it turned into a whole company. It scaled a lot faster than I anticipated, so reached out to Albert. Albert was my boss for the previous job, so I reached out to him and he came aboard, and we work in partnership, 50-50 in the company.
One of the things that we thrive to do is to also consult businesses on the benefits of hiring people with disabilities. Perhaps we talk to them and let them know about the different incentives that they can actually take on as an employer hiring somebody with disability.
The bulk of our referrals come from Voc Rehab. So we're doing, pre-employment training, we're doing on-the-job training services, we're doing post-employment training, we're doing interview skills, job placement, all those kinds of things. So Voc Rehab is kind of the key to making all that work.
We want to create the efficiency in the workplace as we're also bringing on people with disabilities to be hired by these companies.
The process to qualify for Voc Rehab isn't as daunting as they might think, right? If they've done the DSPD or the Medicaid process or Social Security.
My major was actually in psychology, so I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do within the field of psychology. And I was given the opportunity to work in the field, and soon after I was able to be introduced to the employment program with the company I was working for. And thereon I noticed and realized that there's a lot of need for the individuals we serve to be integrated into the workforce.
Probably more than anything is I feel like he has that vision more so than anybody that I've ever worked with. That everything he does, he says, if we sit down and we say we want to carry out a service or we want to do this or we want to make this plan, the first thing he says is, well, how is it going to be integrated? How is this going to drive independence for that person?
This is a time to jump on in hiring people with disability, right? If there's always going to be competition, right? So if these big corporations are doing it, it's because there's something behind, there's something to it, right?
He's, first generation immigrant. He's worked really hard. He came here with nothing, and yeah, he puts a lot. I mean, I get emails from him at 3 a.m. and then again at 6 a.m. So, I know that he's working hard tirelessly through the night, and he's always trying to innovate and come up with new ideas. I think he deserves a lot of credit, probably a lot more, and he never asks for any, so he deserves a lot more than he gets for sure.
It is a humbling experience, just because we know that here at Allies, we have, worked tremendously to help employers and clients. That having a recognition, it really means that we're doing the right thing, we're heading the right direction, and we have the right vision and mission to fulfill the needs of each individual we serve here at Allies. At the end of the day, our main interest is to help you grow as a business, whether that's with revenue or efficiency within your workplace.